1038.
You right?
Hi Benedict, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you very much. How are you today?
Yeah, okay, a bit jet lagged, but I'm okay.
A lot of the previous cast have worked together on other Avengers films,
Yeah.
and this is kind of your first one as
Yeah.
part of the group. Did you get a kind of new kid at school feel with that, or was there
Bit
any
of
other kind
hazing.
Yeah.
I think I'm too old for that. I think, yeah, it's daunting enough, and even younger cast members have done well. Some of the ones I work with have done more films than I have, so it's weird on two levels. You're stepping into it as a fan, working with characters you've loved watching over the last 10 years, and as an actor working with people you've admired in all of their careers. So it was pretty daunting, and also just to find your feet as a character and hold the integrity of what Strange is or was and how he's evolved or not, and at the same time realise you're a tiny piece of a massive mosaic.
You spoke there about trying to find where your character is. Where is Doctor Strange in Infinity War now?
It's a good question. I think there's definitely some retro engineering that needs to happen, I think, maybe to explain how he's got where he's got, because he seems much more self-assured. I mean, by the end of the first film, we do see a man who's very much in possession of the choice he's made, which is to service others for the greater good rather than his own egotism and going back to his old life by healing himself using his powers. So we know he's made a sacrifice to guard the sanctum, the New York sanctum, and to protect the time stone. And there's a slightly more grown-up in the room aspect to him in this film. And he does some pretty cool shit as a sorcerer. What can I say?
And you played Sherlock, you've played Doctor Strange now as well. When you're going into something like this, do you have it in the back of your mind, am I emotionally ready for such another iconic role? And does that play on your mind when you're picking, or do you just pick?
No, it does a bit, but I usually leave the heavy lifting to the people who've asked me to do the job. If they've placed enough trust in me, then I go to them for advice about what we're trying to do and achieve, and then how I can fit in with what I can contribute. They've already calculated, they've already looked at what I've done before, so it's just about trying to fulfill the faith that people have had in me, because this is run by the biggest fanboy. Kevin is just extraordinarily knowledgeable, and the way he shaped this universe over 10 years is quite something. So yeah, a lot of the heavy lifting is done by them, as it was with the Sherlock group. Mark and Stephen are massive fanboys, so they knew more about it than I will ever know. So you trust that a little bit, and then I suppose because I'd done all right in that role in particular, I thought it was definitely worth a go. And
speaking of iconic fanboy roles, Danny Boyle, who you worked with in Frankenstein, which sold out too quick for me to get tickets.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but that was another one as well, very iconic role.
He's taken over the James Bond franchise now. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Has he?
He has.
Is that news?
It's confirmed.
When was that confirmed?
Last week.
Oh my God,
right.
I was away, I didn't
confirmed
know.
directing.
That's very exciting.
So he hasn't been in touch. Oh, you've got a great poker face anyway. Is that something you'd be interested in playing?
I couldn't possibly comment. I think, danger lies that way of commenting, doesn't it?
I seen last year you had an interview where you were setting yourself a goal to host Saturday Night Live, to perform a song in public, which you did with Pink Floyd of all people, and to play Richard III.
Did I say I was going to do all those things?
Yeah, on the Nerdist podcast.
Oh, I can't have done that. Somebody must have made that up. Those are things that just happen to have happened, amongst other seismic events in my life. But what are the goals?
Well,
now?
You've tracked the three that you listed on there.
Oh, crap. I don't know. Maybe a musical or a horror movie.
Is comedy like a
political drama of great import? That would be high on my list. Comedy, yeah. I feel there is a lot of comedy in what I do anyway. I think just an out-and-out comedy would be good fun. I've done a few though, but I've never done a horror or as far as genre, I've never done a horror.
Is there any horror directors you'd be interested in working in?
Many, yeah.
Care to tell me any?
No. This isn't. Yeah. When I say things like this, my agents get phone calls, and then things start to happen. So yeah, I'll do that behind closed doors if that's all right.
Brilliant. Benedict Cumberbatch, thanks very much.
Pleasure. Nice
Thank you.
To meet you.
Thanks to meet you. Thanks very much.
Love you to meet you.
1038.